Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well and welcome back to my October TBR. I thought this month we would do my TBR picking a little bit differently. I've done pulling the prompts out the jar. I've done just telling you guys what I want to read. I sat down and spoken through with you guys what books I'm planning on reading because of commitments and mood reads and seasonal reads and all that sort of stuff. So I've done a whole variety of TBRs on this channel. And because I'm slowly getting back into reading, I've picked up a few new books at the minute that are catching my attention that I want to read. I thought, why not just give myself no control, because there are certain books I want to read, but there's also books I have no idea if I want to read or not. So I'm not going to give myself any control this month, as Goodreads chooses my TBR. This isn't an original video idea. I've seen other people do it. Redhead Reader, I think, is like the main person who goes on Goodreads and uses number generators to pick what she's reading for the month. But I thought it was my turn to let Goodreads pick what I'm reading. So I've got my computer up on the side here. I'm going to record my screen now. So my screen is recording. I've got my Goodreads up. I've got the random number generator up. I have actually recently gone through my entire Goodreads, updated my physical TBR, and updated all my interested in list. So books that are from the library or I just don't own and I'm interested in. So what I thought would be fun is to random number generate 3 books, because I think I can definitely achieve 3 books from my physical TBR list. So Goodreads will choose 3 physical books that I own that I need to read in October, and then we can spice things up and I will randomly number generate 2 books from my interested in list. So these could be books that I just don't own or that are interesting me from my library app. And I'll just kind of have to source the books, whether I buy them or I find them like for free or on ebook or on my library app or whatnot. I just thought it'd be fun to spice up and try out a TBR that's slightly different. So without further ado, let's hop into the video. So obviously let's do my physical TBR first. So physical to be read, I got 35. On there, I will switch it to most recently added. Yeah, date added. So my oldest book on my TBR is The Mask Falling by Samantha Shannon, which was added in 2019. So I do move out books quite quickly, so I'll buy them, I'll read them, I'll get rid of them if I don't enjoy them or whatnot. So there aren't like really old books on this TBR, but it's still kind of nervous. So I need to go into the random number generator, number 1, 35 as the max. And the first book I'm going to be reading in October, another little rule, I'm going to give myself 2 vetoes in case I just don't feel like reading that book or I physically can't get hold of it. I'm going to give myself 2 vetoes so I can just skip over that book and try again. But the first book in October is going to be 21. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, I'm not too sad about that book. Let me go grab it. I'm really stuck in this corner because of my laptop being at the side of me. But the first book Goodreads has chosen for me to read in the month of October is All My Mothers by Joanna Glenn. I heard some good things about this right at the beginning of the year, so I decided to pick it up, and now I have no idea what it's about and I've been putting it off. So thank you Goodreads for hopefully pushing me to read this book. And I do have the audiobook on Scribd, which is how I'm reading a lot of my books these days. I'm reading along with my physical copies and I'm listening to the audiobook that's provided to me on Scribd. So this is a great pick actually, because I can actually do that. I have the physical book and I also have the audiobook on Scribd. But I think by reading the back, this book basically follows our main character Eva, who has really absent parents. Her mother's not really around, her father isn't really around, and she has loads of questions about like how she was brought up, what was her upbringing, etc. So she goes on a journey to kind of discover those questions and answers herself. I don't really know. I know a Little Writer M from a Little Writer M absolutely loved this book right at the beginning of January. So that was why I put it on my TBR. That's why I brought it. And here we are reading it finally right at the end of the year. So that's the first book on my October TBR. Let's random number generate a second one for book number 2. 34. I'm going to start counting from the beginning again because I've forgotten what number I was on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34? No! Oh, I'm so excited! Okay, let me go grab that book. We got A House on the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. Obviously, you guys know probably about this book because I think I'm the last person on this earth to read it. However, this book came into my possession because Like last week, I asked you guys on my YouTube community tab as well as on Instagram, books that are outside my comfort zone that you guys think I'll enjoy, because I think I'm in a genre slump, and romances and I'm out of breath because I got excited and contemporaries weren't really doing it for me. And a lot of people obviously suggested this because it's a kind of contemporary world with a little bit of fantasy involved, and apparently it's just amazing and heartwarming and incredible. So I'm willing to give it a go. I'm excited nevertheless. I don't have the audiobook for this one, so we'll see, but I'm excited that it's made it onto TBR because it is a very new book for me that I've recently hauled, and it's always nice when you can read books that you've recently purchased and read straight away. So I'm definitely very excited for this one. Goodreads is doing good so far, so let's go into book number 315. I don't like the sound of that number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Interesting. Luckily I don't have to stand up to get that book. We have Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. This is a non-fiction book about Dolly Alderton's life, I believe, and all of the in-betweens of love, parties, dates, friends, jobs, life, and everything that she knows about love and everything in between. Everyone absolutely raves about this book. I have tried reading it before. I wasn't in the mood for it because it was a non-fiction, but I'm willing to give it another go. It wasn't a book I was expecting to read in October. None of these books I was expecting to read in October, but I guess that's kind of what you do when you give Goodreads free reign of the books that you're going to read. I could not read any of these books, to be fair. Like, there's nothing like holding me down, like I have to read these books, but I just thought it'd be fun to kind of mix up my TBR a little bit and kind of see what fate decides. We'll see if I read this book, but I'm excited to read it. If I read it, great. If I don't, I don't. I really wanted to get like one of the fantasies that I recently purchased on my TBR, or something a bit more like cozy. I've got Verity by Colin Hoover that I recently brought. Like, I'd like something like more autumnal and more October-esque. So let's see for book number 4 what Goodreads is going to pick for me. 12. Okay. 15, 14, 13. Wait. 15, 14, 13, 12. Adults. Okay, and another book I wasn't expecting. Let me go get it. We got this book, Adults by Emma Jane Unsworth, which is a typical contemporary book that I usually absolutely love. The good thing about it is the audiobook is on Scribd, so I can once again read along and listen to it as the audiobook kind of tells me the story, because sometimes I just don't have the mental capacity to physically read, so it's nice someone like reading me a story whilst I follow along in the book. But all I'm aware, this book basically follows our main character Jenny, who can't afford her mortgage since her ex moved out, is about to get dumped by her best friend, and spends all day online stalking women with picture perfect lives. And now her mother has appeared on her doorstep, unbidden, to save the day. Is Jenny ready to grow up and rescue herself this time? So it might be a really good book for the way I'm feeling right now. I might be able to relate to our main character Jenny very, very well with the situation I'm going on in my own personal life. So we'll see. I kind of want to do another pick, but this stack is quite hefty for me. Like, we've got 2 kind of big chunky books, so I probably shouldn't do another pick. But none of these books I wanted to read. I wanted to read like Verity and Last Night at the Telegraph Club and all like the dark kind of like cozy books. We'll see. But we do have the exciting part now of going on to my interested in list, which is books I just don't own, that I'll have to find elsewhere. But I thought it'd be fun to go into the mix and go interested in. I have 93 books I'm interested in. I had added some this morning, so we'll see what we get. But I have 93, so we need to change the number generator to 93. And without further ado, let's generate our first one out of 2 for a possible book I might read from the library, maybe. We'll see. I don't know what it gives. What's it gonna give me? 57. Oh god. Bear with me, I'll count and come back. Okay, I finally counted to 57, and we have one of the good ones by, I don't even want to pronounce her name, but I'm pretty sure it's on Scribd. Let me go get my phone. I'm pretty sure this was on Scribd at one point. One of the good ones. It's on Scribd as a PDF, which I have tried to read before and isn't great. I just realised I had 2 vetoes. Okay, let me see if this book is on my library app, and if not, we might have to switch it out. No. Okay. I think I'm going to have to veto one of the good ones just because I can't access it easily without buying it. Although it does look really good. When teen social activist and history buff Kenzie Smith is killed under mysterious circumstances after attending a social justice rally, her devastated sister, Happy, and their family are left reeling in the aftermath. Okay, I'm kind of intrigued. Okay, that one has kind of re-sparked my interest. I definitely do want to read it at one point. I just can't read it right now. Okay, let's go again for book number 1, technically, because we vetoed the first one. 76. I was on 57? 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 76. Should I tell you? This is one of my really recently added, and I just don't think it's anywhere. This isn't going very well now. I tested it earlier, and it went really well. No, it's not on Scribd, and it's not on my library. Oh, it's unavailable in my country. So it is available somewhere. We're gonna have to veto it again. I really wish I'd given myself more vetoes. Which is annoying because I'm gonna have to get this one and then definitely go with the next one. Let's go again. Give me something that I can get from the library. 17, okay. Back to the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I do really want to read this book. I do really want to. Let me just triple check. 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17. Yeah, The Beauty of Your Face. I don't think it's anywhere again. Oh, yay, it's on Scribd. Yeah, it's just a different it's just a different cover, so I didn't word, so I didn't recognise it. Yay, exciting. Okay. The Beauty of Your Face by Sarah Mustafa. What's it about? The Beauty of Your Face. It's got a 4.19 on Goodreads, which is always a good sign. It's a contemporary literary fiction. A Palestinian-American woman wrestles with faith, loss, and identity before coming to face-to-face with a school shooter in this searing debut. A uniquely American story told in powerful, evocative prose, The Beauty of Your Face navigates a country growing ever more divided. The daughter, Araf Raham, the daughter of Polynesian immigrants, is the principal of Nuruddin School of Girls, a Muslim school in Chicago suburbs. One morning, a shooter radicalized by online alt-right act I can't get my tongue around that. Radicalized by the online alt-right attacks the school. So this will be very heavy hitting. Not what I was expecting to read, but once again, like I said, I didn't expect to read any of these books in the month of October. So that one is definitely going on my TBR, which I'm actually really excited for because it's been on my kind of radar for a while now, and I'm glad I'm able to access it through Scribd. So finally, the last book that we're going to be reading in October, hopefully, is number 5. That scares me. That really scares me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I can do that. Watch Us Rise by Renee Watson. I really enjoy Piecing Me Together by Renee Watson, and I said I was going to read all of their work, and then I haven't got around to reading anything else. Surprise. And this was, last time I checked, it was on Scribd. And it is on Scribd. Brilliant. So, what is Watch Us Rise about for you guys watching at home? Also, we have a very yellow themed TBR going on. Watch Us Rise is a yellow cover. The Beauty of Your Face is a yellow cover. Adult is a yellow cover. Everything I Know About Love is a yellow cover. Cerulean Sea kind of has a yellow colour. And All My Mothers is like a beigey colour. So we're going very kind of yellow. Very interesting. Watch Us Rise is about Jasmine and Chelsea are best friends on a mission. Sick of the way young women are treated, even at their progressive New York high school, they decide to start a women's riot club. One problem, no one shows up. That hardly stops them. They start posting everything from videos of Chelsea performing her poetry to Jasmine's response to being reduced to a racist and sexist stereotype in the school's theatre department. And soon they've gone viral, creating a platform they never could have predicted. I'm really intrigued. I think Renee Watson is an excellent writer. I really enjoyed Piecing Me Together, which had a similar sort of vibe to it. So I'm really excited to read this and glad I can get it off my Interested in radar. So yeah, that is my October TBR. Definitely not what I was expecting, but you know what? This means I can get some books that are on my TBR that I want to get off my TBR, which is always a good thing, and I can get around to reading them. So first we got given All My Mothers by Joanne Joanna Glenn. And then we got The House on the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. Then we got Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton, yep. And then we got Adults by Emma Jane Unsworth for the last physical pick for Goodreads. And then the two kind of ebooks I'm going to be reading from my Interested In list is The Beauty of Your Face by Sarah Mustafa and Watch Us Rise by Renee Watson. So those are all the books that Goodreads has chosen for me to read in the month of October. Not the spooky books that I was kind of planning on reading, but you know what, it is what it is, and if I have time or I'm not feeling any of these books, I can just pick up other books. Like, there's no punishments or anything. This is just for fun and games, and enables me to pick books up that I wasn't kind of planning on and getting around to as soon as this. So you know what? It's good at the end of the day to have these books on my radar for now. And if I'm not feeling them, I'm not feeling them. But I just wanted to do another little segment of this October TBR, which is my current read. And my current read is Summer at Shell Cottage by Lucy Diamond. This was on my September TBR of a book that I want to get to by the time summer is over. And you guys, I've read 100 pages of this on the 2 days I've been reading it. I know, so I'm like halfway through after the second day of having this book being read. I'm on page 198, which is baffling to me. I am really enjoying it. It's basically just about a big family who owns this cottage in Devon, and they go there every year and create memories. The main character, Olivia, who's the grandmother, her husband dies, and she's really dreading going back to Shell Cottage for the first summer without him. And then some family drama ensues with the son and the daughter. The daughter has like an alcohol problem, and the son is meant to be a writer, but I think he's really struggling and he's lying to his family about how successful he is. And then there's a massive family drama in terms of the dead husband. So I kind of feel like it's a little bit like Leanne Moriarty and a classic kind of contemporary book by Lucy Diamond. It's a very weird mix of drama and typical kind of contemporary of summer at a beach house. But I'm enjoying it, obviously, because I'm 200 pages in, which is very good going for me right now. So that's my current read, and I'm hoping to finish that by the end of September, which is in 3 days. And to be really, really ambitious, I also want to try and start and finish Rise to the Sun by Leah Johnson by the end of September, because this is a really short book. It's a YA, it's a sapphic romance book about two girls who go to a music festival and fall in love, and it's a very summery kind of book, and I'd like to get to it before September ends and we are kind of officially out of summer. So hopefully I can finish the last 200 pages of this and read this before the month of September is up, because then I also have some library books I kind of need to read before giving them back in the beginning of October. I have two that I've tried to read and I'm not vibing with, but the one I definitely want to give a go is Great Circle by Maggie Shipstead. Guys, you're getting the real me. I'm really bad at pronunciations. And all I know about this book, I discovered it on Drinking by My Shelf. Is it M? Drinking by My Shelf. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's M from Drinking by My Shelf. She read it recently and raved about it, and it's basically about a pilot who travels around the world on her plane. And it sounds really, really good. The audiobook is on Scribd, and my favourite way to read books at the minute is having the physical copy of the book and reading alongside the audiobook. So I can do that with this book. So I really like to get to it before my library loan is up. So this is kind of technically on my October TBR as well, because I definitely won't be getting to it before finishing these two books and before the month is up of September. So that's kind of where I'm at reading wise. I'm definitely feeling more in the reading mood than I have done in a while, which makes me really, really excited, and which is why I wanted to do this kind of TBR, kind of Goodreads picks on TBR game today. If you enjoyed this type of TBR and liked having the fates decide what I'm reading instead of me deciding, then let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a massive thumbs up and subscribe down below to see future content from me. I would really, really appreciate it. And without further ado, I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.